Good morning, BookTube. It's Louise, the big head bookworm, and it is in the morning, and we're on holiday. Yay! Would you like to come to Cornwall with us? Or why not? Good morning, husband.
Good morning.
And there we go. I'm about to go and wake up Benedict, and then we're about to get in the car, and we're going to drive to Cornwall. Bye. Hello, BookTube. We made it. It is about, what time is it? 10:14, and we are here. We have already completely unpacked and made the beds and everything, and so we're in already. I mean, we haven't got a lot of food in the house, but apparently there is a bottle of wine and a bottle of beer, so we're good to go. We're good to go for the rest of the day, and we have glorious sunshine. So let the holiday commence. Good morning, BookTube. It is Sunday. It's our first full day here on holiday in Cornwall. It is, not gonna lie, a little bit grey out there today. I suspect, looking at the ground, it hasn't been raining in the night, and the forecast for today is, well, damp. Let's be honest. But we had such a lovely day yesterday. We went to the beach. We did our surfing. We mainly body surfed yesterday because we were just all getting back into the groove, and it was gorgeous. It was absolutely glorious. We had a tiny squall of rain, but the rest of it was just lovely. And then the rest of the day was very much kind of dealing with the fact that we were down here. We were just enjoying the space and feeling quite tired for getting up so very, very early. But I did, in bookish news, I did finish Clockwork Princess. I can remove the bookmark and say yes, I did finish it. So I have finished the series. I haven't told you that I finished Clockwork Prince because I haven't done an update on that, but I have. I was hoping to finish this before I came down here so that I wouldn't have to bring it down, because I only had, let me check, I had about 170 pages, and I thought, well, I'll be able to knock that out. But I just couldn't, in all the excitement of packing for holiday, I couldn't do it. So anyway, so I finished this. So I finished the series. So I enjoyed Clockwork Angel. I thought it was quite good. I thought it was a jolly, YA fantasy read, and I liked the Victorian setting, and I didn't mind being in the Shadowhunters world. I quite liked all the demons and the vampires and the werewolves, and I liked all of that, and the warlocks. And I got back into the world very quickly. And then I read Clockwork Prince, and I just, as a second book, it really does lift the series. It has some decent character development, and the plot moves on in such a way, and the love triangle, which this series is well known for. It's known, isn't it, basically, this series for the period setting of the Victorian era and the love triangle. The love triangle really does start to kick in the second book, and I think it's really well played. It's well done. I don't mind a love triangle, so I'm easily pleased in that way. But it was a good one. I did really enjoy it, and I got the tension, and I was like, do I think she should go with him or him or both? I don't know, but that would be freaky. So it was. So I was, and then at the end of it, it does end up on a kind of a. And so I launched straight into Clockwork Princess. And then it has taken me longer to read this, but that was more to do with what was happening, the fact we were getting ready to go on holiday, rather than the book. I still think it's as good. It is as much of a page-turner. It has a very satisfying ending. Now, it's not often that you say this on a series, but for a YA fantasy series, it had a really satisfying ending. I will admit, I had a good old cry at one point, and I don't often cry at books, but there was enough. Maybe it was because I was very, very tired last night when I was reading it. But I did finish this last night in bed, and I was having a bit of a tear, and the husband's like, what's the matter? And I'm like, it's my book. So that was really good. So I completely recommend this. I don't think you need to have read the other Cassandra Clare's. I think you're quite happy. You could read this as a standalone. However, I do think by the end of it, you might be interested in picking up, because it's made me think, well, I might reread the other series. So it had enough about it for that. So that was my update to that. Really good. Really enjoyed it. So that's my first finished book of the holiday, although, I'd read most of it this week. Anyway, so choosing my next book, I have my books here in the bedroom, or in my bedroom. I know. So I shall show you the books that I've got. So here we are. These are the books that I have. Apart from all those books that I have on the Kindle, these are the books that I have to choose from. And I have pretty much already chosen. I'm going to start with The Crow Girl by Eric Axon. So that's going to be mine. So it's a thriller. It's a compulsive page turner, apparently. So the Sunday Express says it's set in, I don't know, Scandinavia somewhere. But apparently it's really good. I've been fancying it for ages. This was my one holiday book that I knew I was going to bring. So I'm starting that one. That is the husband's book he's reading, Sue Perkins' memoir. And then these are the other books that I have brought. So I've brought The Book Thief, because everybody's been going on about it, so I thought I'd bring that. My science fiction is The Abyss Beyond Dreams by Peter F. Hamilton. I have a crime book, a brand new crime book. I wanted a really quick read, so I brought Brotherhood in Death by J.D. Robb. The second one in the Laurie R. King series, A Monstrous Regiment of Women. This one is the one I bought when I was in London and I'm not sure about. That's The Midnight Queen by Sylvia Hunter. This is about this Tim Smith set up the Eden Project, and it's called Eden, and we will be visiting the Eden Project whilst we're on holiday, and so I thought I would read about that. It's another crime book. It's the first in the Joe Nesbo series, The Bat, and then it's True Crime Addict by James Renner. So there's quite a bit of crime, and I've got some more crime upstairs. So those are my books. So there we go. So that's my update for Sunday morning. I'm going to go upstairs and have breakfast. It's going to be some sort of cereal and perhaps a baked good. You can tell we're on holiday, can't you? And it's baked goods. And can I show you the weather? It's all a bit grey. It's all a bit grey out there. It's a bit grey. It's a bit damp. I don't think it's actually raining at the moment. So we might still head off to the beach at some point this morning, I think. If not, we're going to have to go and do a supermarket run. But then we thought we'd go to a different one and then go for a coffee shop along the front. So I shall hopefully bring you along for that, and I can show you a bit of Cornwall. It's lovely to see you, BookTube. Hope you're having a good morning. Bye. Good morning, BookTube. Lovely to see you. Hope you are well. So it is Monday morning. We did not get to the supermarket and to a cafe and a beach yesterday. Well, we did actually get to a beach. When we set off, we thought we would just nip to our most favourite beach. resist it. The sea, although wasn't looking great, wasn't looking bad, and it wasn't raining at the time, and so we got in our wetsuits and we plunged into the sea, and we had a gorgeous time mucking around. So I think we're going to go in. Yeah? Yeah?
Sorry?
We're going to go in.
Yeah, Ben definitely wants to go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Really good. The Benedict is just shouting over that it was really good.
The waves that came up really good.
They're not going to be able to hear you.
Yeah, I know.
And so then we got changed in the car park. Now, Daddy, did you enjoy that?
I certainly did.
Did you enjoy that? It's a good sign, isn't it? We've all got out of the water, all changed in the car park. And we're all wearing a lot of jumpers.
Yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum. And then had some lunch there down at the cafe. And then after that, it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and so we came home. So we didn't actually make it to the supermarket in the end. In the evening, we went out to the local village and went to the pub and had a brief meal. Oh, you saw the husband then. The husband's just walking past. So there we go. So I started The Crow Girl yesterday. Book update. I'm doing very little reading at the moment. But I started The Crow Girl, and I didn't feel that it was right for me at the moment. It was slightly... Well, I didn't realise that the serial killings involved children. And, do you know, I remember reading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo here, actually, and I remember giving that up halfway through because it wasn't the right time and the right place for me, because these really hard-hitting, really kind of, I don't know, it's a particular type of Scandinavian crime where it's very hard-hitting and very brutal. I have to be in the mood for, and I didn't know it was going to be like that, and so I started it yesterday, got to about page 30 or page 40 and thought, no, I'm not right there now. That's not where I want to be at the moment. So I put it down and I picked up my Laurie R. King, A Monstrous Regiment of Women. I haven't read a lot of it. I've read for first 40 pages, and even then that was a bit of a struggle. So we've been kind of doing other stuff really, but today it's not going to be a lot of reading this morning because it is another grey day, although it is better than yesterday. It is a grey day, and we thought we'd go to the Eden Project. Woohoo! So that's where we're going to go at the moment. So I shall take you along with us, and hopefully I'll be able to show you some of the Eden Project. All right then, bye-bye. Good morning, BookTube. It is Tuesday morning. I have a few minutes before we head off to the beach, because we are wall-to-wall blue sky out there. And we decided yesterday that we would go to the beach no matter what. We had a lovely time at the Eden Project yesterday. The Eden Project is a charitable enterprise which started off in trying to bring awareness to the importance of plants and the insects, and it's to educate with horticulture. They took an abandoned quarry and they created this most magnificent place where it is. Good morning, darling. The boy. Can I say good morning?
Morning.
Morning, BookTube.
Morning, Richie.
So yes, so he so they took, so it was Tim Schmidt, and they took an abandoned quarry and they created this thing where they've done these biomes, which is just the most amazing things. I'll insert a clip about them here.
I bet you're going to be wanting to go through every biome.
And what they do is, there's one which is a tropical one, which has just the most amazing tropical plants in you can ever imagine. And they've got a corpse flower flowering this year. I don't know whether it's actually flowering at the moment, but it's flowered twice so far this year, so we would like to go and see that. And then they've got a Mediterranean biome as well, and so you walk through and it's just like being in these places. It's magnificent, but it's more than that at the Eden Project, isn't it? It's more than that at the Eden Project. There's so much. It's educational, but it is just a glorious place to be. I've been going 20 years, so I've seen it change from just the smallest little thing into this amazing... I mean, you can do kind of university degrees there. Anyway, this isn't about the Eden Project. This isn't an advert for the Eden Project.
They had VR.
They had, yes, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did... here he is. They had we did a thing for virtual reality, didn't we? So we were. What was it about? Very briefly.
Briefly, it was about that we were made from protons, electrons, and they made atoms, and then they made cells, and then it came all the way up to they made us.
Yeah, and they showed kind of from the Big Bang, didn't they?
Yep.
And it's as though we were in the Big Bang and how it started. It was really weird,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And you were trying to pat dinosaurs.
I was trying to pat dinosaurs
You were trying
and
to pat-
little red people with moustaches.
Yes, exactly. So it was a good thing, wasn't it? So we spent the whole morning there, and then we came home. We went to the supermarket, didn't we?
Yep.
Finally managed to get to the supermarket, which was a good thing after Mummy had been going on about it for many days. And so we actually have food in the house.
Yay!
That's a good thing. Reading wise, I finished A Monstrous Regiment of Women by Laurie R. King. So I finished that yesterday because we had a really lovely relaxing afternoon, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were all a bit tired and we needed a bit of a break.
Yep.
So I finished my book. And did you do any reading yesterday?
I can't really think of any, but I'll hopefully be doing some reading today.
He did. He's already read a book and a half this holiday, though, haven't you? So he's done pretty well already. So I finished that. I really loved it. I didn't think it was as good as the first one. I think there's quite a lot of speeches. One of the characters is a preacher. It's a female preacher. She's a feminist preacher, and preaching against the church, the current reading of the Bible, set in 1920. And there was quite a long passages of that. There was lots, which is obviously, I felt it was the author exploring the topic, but was exploring it instead of through conversation. It was exploring it through speeches, and I found that a bit dull after a while. Even though I agree with it, I didn't enjoy that as much. Also, the relationship between Russell and Holmes, I think I liked the tension, but then it didn't go anywhere. It kind of resolved itself too quickly, and I didn't like the end of that. So then I started reading on my Kindle. I read about 3 or 4 pages last night before I went to sleep, and then, that's my Kindle, just in case, I started reading The Magpie Lord. So I shall put a clip of it here, and I'm about 66% in that already. I'm flying through it. I am loving it. Obviously, I'm not going to go into detail because there's my boy here. But yes, I shall at some point tell you what I thought about that. A little bit rude. But I don't mind that. So we'll go to the beach now. So I'm taking a book with me, but I'm not taking my Kindle because, you know, electronics and sand, and I do have a habit of dropping books in puddles and stuff like that. So I am going to take this, Brotherhood in Death by J.D. Robb, there we are, and I may well try and start that at the beach, but we're going to go in the sea, aren't we?
Yep. You love J.D. Robb, don't
I do love J.D. Robb, I do. I've got many, haven't I?
Yeah.
Many of them, so, and they're
At
good
home,
pictures.
about 1,000 shelves of J.D. Robb. That's all I see when I go upstairs.
There are a lot. But I do love them, so I should be reading that. So we will hopefully take you and show you a little bit of the beach.
Yeah.
That'll
With
be
me
good.
running about in it, probably.
Maybe him running about. All right then. See you later. We always try. See, this is the joy of coming to the beach. Is we come to the beach to just get away from it, to just be at one with nature, to just experience the great outdoors, with about 2,000 of our fellow Cornwall visitors. Oh my god, look at it, it's just one big, it is like tent city here. Everybody has their windbreaks. If you haven't got a windbreak, basically don't come on the beach. Here is my beach read. So here I am, sat at the beach. I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to hear this at all, and because I forgot the microphone again. But I am reading Brotherhood in Death. We've had a lovely day, excellent waves. I'm on page 104, by the way. There we go. So yes, we're having a lovely day. It is mid-afternoon. The sun is beating down on us. It's good and windy, as you can tell. I'm having to keep the sunglasses on because it's so squinty. And it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. I'm not sure whether you can see how heaving the beach is. Can I? No, I don't think I can. I don't think you can see. So yes, we've been here, I don't know, about 5 hours. Probably be going home shortly. Yes, and have a nice relaxing evening. We might be going out a bit later, but I shall, I'm sure, either continue with this or I shall finish off the Magpie Lord, which I can talk to you about now because Benedict isn't here. I hope you can hear me. If not, I'll record this later. Yes, it is fantastically saucy. I quite like the fact there is tension between the two. So it's a mystery, including magic. So it's a magical mystery, which is really good. It's using kind of like it's called a participant. I think participant, not a witch or a wizard, although there are witches and wizards in there. And but it's more about kind of using the energies and kind of almost like kind of English shamanism, you would call it that. And so I'm really enjoying it. The romance is there, and it's not been too anything shocking particularly. It's just been, there's a good bit of tension, which I like. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm already completely invested into the characters and think they're marvellous. So I shall definitely be carrying on with that. So I shall finish that later tonight probably, and I shall get back to you. Alright, BookTube, bye. Good morning, BookTube. It is Wednesday morning, and as you can see from behind me, if I turn you very gently, it is cloudy today. So we're not going to be going to the beach this morning, but we do think that we will poddle along this afternoon and try and catch some waves. Actually, when it's cloudy like this, the waves can be pretty good. So cross fingers, the beach will be good this afternoon. So I have been chugging along with my book. I have been reading Brotherhood in Death, and I'm on page 330 of that. I finished the Magpie Lord yesterday. When I came back from the beach, I sat down for half an hour and I sat down and I read it, and I thought it was brilliant. I will continue on with the series as and when I get them. I probably will just stick with them on the Kindle, but I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was good. It was a good mystery. It wasn't that you couldn't work out the mystery or anything like that. You just had to kind of enjoy the ride. It's going to be interesting how the relationship develops in the second book, because the first book, what I liked about it was the sense of tension between the two gentlemen. So I'm not sure how it's going to work when they are together, because I read the kind of an extract of the second book, and they were most definitely together. So I'm not sure how that's going to work and whether I'll like it as much, but I shall definitely carry on. I'm really enjoying this book. If you like J.D. Robb, it's another good one. I'm flying through it. It is very much of the mould of J.D. Robb's In Death series. They are futuristic crime books set in New York in 2060, and there's lots of different technology. There's been a world war kind of in the 2030s. It wasn't nuclear. It was but it was much more, so there has been an upheaval, but there is still, the society is very recognisable. But what's interesting is all the kind of sci-fi technology that's in there, and the relationships that have formed over the 40 odd books. So it's a very long series. You're not going to start with this one. Start at the beginning with Naked in Death, which is the best one. And yeah, so I've worked my way through to number 40 odd. I'm a dedicated soul with my JD Robb, so I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's perfect holiday read, frankly, because you can just pick it up and flop into the story and then kind of carry on with your day. So yeah, so this is going to be it for this vlog. I'm going to have to look at all the footage that I have taken and see whether I can kind of assemble something. I hope I can. I've really enjoyed chatting to you over the last couple of days, and I'm going to go to Truro this morning, go to the library and put the vlog together and upload it hopefully into the magic internet, and you will see this hopefully today. So it's been lovely, BookTube, having you along with us on holiday. I've really felt that you've been here. It's been great, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.